So let's see who comes in to join us. So we'll have a little bit of a chat about what's going on in the garden and what you guys are all up to, and see what everyone is up to. So Sam's allotment diary. Sam, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. Laura, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. How are you both doing? So this is. Oops. Let me just sort this out. Let me get you up on the big screen, and then I can see what's going on. I don't have to try and fiddle about with this little phone. There we go. So we've got Sam and Laura. Karen, how are you doing? Thanks very much for coming in. How are you keeping? How is everyone tonight? What's been going on with everyone? What have you had a busy day in the garden today? Yeah, pretty good, Sam. Not bad at all. Managed to get a good few hours in the garden today, which was good. Made shot a little video, so I'll get that edited probably tonight after this live, and get that uploaded tomorrow. Celebrating because my seeds are germinating. Awesome. What seeds are germinating? That's what I like to hear. Is it a little bit dark? Let's see if I can. Let me just see if I can sort this light out. And just give me a second. Is that better? Is that any better? Okay, it's a little bit dark, isn't it? I don't know why. So, been on the plot pulling up carpet. Oh, that's going to be a fun job. Carpet, once it's been matted down and gets heavy with that rain and a few weeds growing through it, it gets proper heavy to pull out. So that must have been fun. Roman Raja, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Now, there's a young YouTuber doing a lot of good drone footage, and he's in our gardening group, quite active in our gardening group, My Family Garden, #Team Spanner. So if you don't know him, he's trying to get to 500 subscribers. He's not far away. Just go and say hello if you can. So what else is going on? Let's see. Looking forward to tonight. Cut some perspex for greenhouse and started a video on citrus trees. I'm hoping to finish tomorrow. Awesome. What are you doing on citrus trees? Are you growing oranges, lemons, or just all citruses together? Tomatoes, cauliflower, and striped aubergine. Are they the purple and white ones? Because they grow really well. Those. It almost looks foggy. I don't know why, Sam. It's a bit of a strange one. It just looks. It does look a bit weird in here. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me just give this lens a clean. Go away. Oh, that's a bit better, isn't it? It was a dirty lens. So it was a dirty lens that was causing the problem. Right, okay. Let's see who else has popped in. So, tomatoes, cauliflower, striped aubergines. Looking forward to read that one. So Shiva Chowdhury's here. I received my mixed seeds today that I won a couple of weeks ago. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to the okra. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you got them okay. I know I was a bit late posting them. I know I was a bit late posting them, but I see. I'm slow, but I eventually get there. I'm reliable, but I'm slow. Steve, how are you doing, mate? Thanks very much for coming in. West London Gardener, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Muhammad Popat, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I did get your email. It's going to be a long one to reply to, so it might take me a bit of time. Lemons, kumquats, and my favorite yuzu. I'm gonna have to look that one up. That's a new one to me. Tell me about that one, because that sounds interesting. Liaquat Hussein, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Can I still sow aubergines now? And yeah, you can still sow aubergines. There's plenty of time to sow aubergines. Get them planted inside your house, and that'll get them off to a good start. And then you can move them out probably mid-April, end of April, once the plants have been properly hardened off into a greenhouse. And then they always do better in green. Let me turn that on silent. They always do better in greenhouses than they do outside because they just need that heat. But you can. I'm having a bit of a nightmare with my aubergines inside. They're the only plant that have just been affected really badly with aphids. I was shaking them off and they were just like falling off like little snowflakes, but there was so many aphids on them. So we gave them the old fairy liquid treatment yesterday. So hopefully they'll come back to life. Dean's lost the plot. How are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Alex, Shazia, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I've had a really poor day. Steve, how come, mate? Drew Peacock, great videos. First time on a live chat. Drew, I'm very well. Thank you very much. Thanks very much for coming in. We do this live stream every Saturday, and try and it's just a bit of a chance for me to have a bit of a catch up with you guys and just see what's going on. And if anyone has any questions, you can fire them away, and we'll try and answer them. Becky's allotment. Becky, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. How's everything going with you? Mike, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Where's the best place to get okra seeds? I mean, you can get them online. Premier Seeds have them. You can get them off there, but they're very common to get hold of. But it's quite hard to grow okra here reliably. A few years ago, I grew some. I got them to fruit. Last year, my plants got to about 6 inches, and then they all died. So I sowed them again. They got to about 6 inches, and then they all died. Third time it did that again, and then I said, right, I'm not growing okra again. So if you can do it, by all means. But I've sort of said, right, it's not really one that's doing it for me. But I'll have another go maybe, but not this year. Is yuzu that Japanese one? The Japanese one. It's a Japanese citrus. I'm gonna have to have a look at this yuzu and find out what's going on with it. So using the paper towel method really helped me to germinate my stubborn aubergines. Awesome. What have you got growing? We've got 28 people, 7 likes, guys. If you haven't hit that like for me, please hit that like and get that like count up a little bit. So that's fine. I'm just starting out. So got to look my way. Just been used to mint and spring onions and a few fails. The thing is, I mean, what you mentioned, you had a pear tree that overshadows. The thing is, depending on where the pear tree is and where the sun goes, you can plan around that. I used to have a massive pear tree overshadowing half of my garden, and what we did was we planted according to the sun's movement during the day. So the fruiting plants, they're the ones that are going to need the most sun, so they go in the sunniest spots. The leafy type veg, they can tolerate semi-shade to or even semi-shade to even less sun than that. And then everything else just fitted around in the middle. My broad beans are a couple of inches long. Can I put them in the ground? If so, do I need frost protection? There are a couple of... See, I like to plant broad beans at a minimum when they're about 4 inches tall if they're grown in pots. So, and a nice strong root ball. So when you'll see the roots starting to come out the bottom, then it's a good time to plant them, I'd say. Because then when you pull them out of the pot or whatever you've got them in, they hold on to that... they hold on to the compost around them and the roots aren't disturbed too much. You can plant them out any time now. The broad beans are really hardy. They won't you don't need aqua dulce or aqua dulce varieties to grow them and overwinter them. If you've got agriculture good to overwinter, but right now you're not going to get a killing frost. You might get light frost, but the frost that we had in early February, that was a really severe frost. We're not going to get those kind of frosts again. We will get March normally comes. We do get a bit of snow in March, but that's normally, as the saying goes, it comes like a lion and goes like a lamb. So you get a bit of snowy weather in March, but it doesn't last long, and that's not going to affect your broad beans at all. Shazia, you got your. I got my hori hori neck. It's so big. Oh, brilliant! See, I haven't even got one of them. So let's see if I can get one out of them. But I'm glad. If you're happy with it, I'm glad about that. And just don't go wielding it about on your plot. You don't want to get yourself into trouble. Follow every week. Love the laughs, Drew. This is what this Saturday Night Live's about. So it's a chance to have a bit of a informal get together, and we can have a bit of a chit chat and have a little bit of a laugh and a joke. Random piano. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you doing, bro? I hope you're keeping well. What's going on with him? Oh, come here. So,
you wanna go to Mama? Look, Mama in the
come to
line.
me. Come here. You're okay. So, close that door. So my sister's gone in for. My sister had to be called into hospital last night. She's got appendicitis, so she's been operated on as we speak. So you're okay, buddy. So I've got my nephews with me at the moment. You're okay. You're okay. Put your head down. Okay, keep that door closed. You're okay.
Yes. I knew it. Hi everyone.
So the gang's coming in to say hello.
He got this thing, Mr. Cousins are coming in. He got the Mr. Incredible toy and just bang on his head. I'm loud.
You're very loud. You're very, very
You're
loud.
gonna pop. I know I am. Sure.
What are you doing? Okay.
Now
Don't kick him. It's okay. It's okay.
Now the
So,
super whole guy.
Right, now the whole gang's here. Now everyone's here, and everyone's gonna cause some trouble. Come on. Have you been hitting? No, leave him. You don't need to. Don't kick him. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
You know what his name is? You know what this guy's name is? His name.
You're okay. Stop it.
His name's Yasin,
Okay.
and this guy's name is Yusuf.
Don't kick him. Don't kick him. Stop. You can stop it now. Go and call your mum.
Mommy!
I can't handle this when they're all like this. Go call your mum quick.
Mommy, that daddy wants you. Mommy, that daddy wants you.
Okra can only grow in the States and the
No,
US and Oklahoma.
Mom, Daddy. I said, Mommy, the daddy wants you.
No, yeah, they can't. They're all causing too much trouble.
I'm Yusuf.
Okay.
Back downstairs. I'm making popcorn.
Right.
Come on. You should eat it. Oh, come on, Manny. Come on.
So
Let him go.
they're all going now. The boss is here. The boss has come and taken them, and they're all gone. So there's a comment been deleted. I'm sure it was for very good reason. Not sure what's going on there, but I'm sure it was. Yeah. So Terry King, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. What about when the pears fall onto the herb plants? Pick them up. Simple, easiest solution is just to pick them all up. They're not going to cause that much damage. They're not going to cause that much damage if they fall. Pick them up. Or you could just leave them as a mulch, and that will feed your soil. So bin down the plot today. Help Grandad put in a new chimney. Dean, is he your real granddad? Or do you just call him that? I don't. But it's horrible what's happened to his chimney. That's absolutely pathetic. What's happened to it? So if no one knows the story, well, I don't know if it's his real granddad, but his chimney. Someone came in and stole his chimney from his greenhouse, and that's the second time it's been done. So it's absolutely ridiculous what they're doing. I don't know why they do it. What they're going to do with it? Scrap it, and what they're going to get for it? Leslie, how are you doing? Monica, thank you guys both for coming in. I have another week and I start my tomato seeds. Monica, whereabouts are you? Are you in the States? So I had the police and Royal Mail at the door this morning. Why'd you have the police at your door? Everything all right, Steve? What's a good hen breed? The Orpington or the Light Sussex? Both are brilliant. Light Sussex is what's called a dual purpose bird. So it was originally bred for meat and eggs. So it'll give you a good egg supply and good meat production if that's what you're into. But Orpingtons look absolutely gorgeous. You know, the buff coloured Orpingtons or even a grey Orpington, they just look, they just look awesome. And chickens, the big fluffy ones, they look a lot better than all the other ones. Like I like the fluffy chickens. We've got one Orpington, and yeah, it's one that my daughter used to, ever since she was about 4 years old, and the chicken was running around, and she's really friendly. So my daughter used to go out and just scoop her up in her arms, and she'd grab her by the tail with one arm and just get her other arm underneath and just pick her up. I've never been good at grabbing chickens. Whenever I go out, whenever I go to grab a chicken, I just look like I'm flapping more than the chicken is. Um, I just look like a bit of a clumsy goof. But my daughter's always been better than me at doing it. Abdul Rahman, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much for coming in. I've got some muck. Kyle helped me fill a bed. Nice one. Good to see them. Good to see you putting them to work. um, so so what's going on? Let's see. Have you thought about X-Rescue battery hens? Do you know what? I just registered with that British Hen Association, and so I've just completed the registration form, and I was thinking about getting a few in this year, X battery ones, because last year I lost most of my flock. So I think I had about 16 birds at the start of the year. I've only got 6 at the moment. My neighbour's dog got in and killed a couple. And since then, I don't know if it's the trauma or what, but a lot of them just started dying after that. And I want to replenish my stock. So I've contacted this British Hen Association, and hopefully we'll get a few chickens in soon. But they're not doing any collections at the moment because of COVID. So they don't know when the next collection is going to be either. Thanks, Leslie. The Don, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I've got Edo Mucky growing in a small pots indoors. The first leaf is coming through. Any advice how they grow and if they're successful? Okay, so yeah. So if you want to grow Edos, they're going to grow as leaves, and if you want to grow them as leaves, just grow them in a shallow container. Just give them nice fertile soil and grow them in a shallow container. You'll get lots of elephant ears leaves, and you can just use them and cook them. But if you want to try and grow what's it called, the actual Edos themselves, treat them like potatoes. So they'll need a lot of fertile soil. They'll need earthing up, but they'll need to be warm as well. So what I do with them is I grow them in trays in my greenhouse. So those supermarket tray things, I grow them in there. I just plant them in there and leave them in. They're not too bothered about shade or dark light or anything like that. So it doesn't matter about, don't worry too much about that, but they need heat, they need warmth. John Fletcher, thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. Cara, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Is my real granddad, is my mum's dad. Ah, okay, okay. See, I don't know why. I just thought you called it, called it him like a joke because he didn't look old enough. But I didn't make him up. Receive some dodgy stuff in the no way. I think my fire needs making pretty again. So it must be seriously dodgy if the police turned up. What did they bring? Sniffer dogs with them? Orpingtons look like proper traditional chickens, huge and full. Absolutely, I like Orpingtons. Do you know the chickens with big butts? Yeah, I like them. They look absolutely brilliant. Yeah. But don't get me wrong. Do you know when a light Sussex has just gone through its molt and got put on its fresh feathers? They look proper nice. But mine were always covered in muck. They were always, they always like getting dusty and messing about. But yeah, Matthew Bailey must admit I prefer the bantam chickens. See, do you know what? Like Pekings are really cute. Pekings are really cute, and Polish hens are really cute. I had a Polish hen called Harry Styles. He died not last year. I say he, but he was really a she, but she died the year before last. And I think I did a live at the time called "Rest in Peace, Harry Styles." I got loads of dislikes because they thought that I was talking about the real Harry Styles, but it was just my chicken. But yeah, it was. I think we'd had her for about 6 or 7 years, but we grew her from a chick, so we'd kept her from a chick all the way up, and then yeah, last year or the year before, it was her last bit. So Royal Mail on scanning some post saw some packages wrapped in tin foil and called the police. So what did they say when they saw what's inside it? Was it anything bad or was it all right? Susie Woozy, love your channel. Any tips on chickens? We really want some, but don't know where to start. Always make sure you've got tip number one. Make sure you've got a bigger space than you actually think you're going to need. So if you're going to get about 2 chickens, then make sure you've got enough room for about 6, because once you get chickens, you're going to fall in love with them and you're going to want more. I started off with 4 chickens, and my flock most years was around 15, 16. At one point I had 22. But yeah, make sure you've always got room for more, because it is addictive. They really are easy breed animals to look after. All you have to do is make sure they've got clean water, clean bedding, clean fresh food and water every day, clean bedding. I clean mine once a week, and I do mine on deep litter. I've done some videos on deep litter, so you don't have to mess about changing the stuff around on the floor, the bedding on the floor. You just let it compost there, and then I just take that away and use it as compost. But if you want to get some chickens, I'd say go ahead and do it, because it's absolutely, it's such, I really enjoy it. I mean, I had my chickens out penned up on one of my veg beds today. So what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks is I've put them on certain different veg beds and let them dig and scratch and break all the crop. I had cover crops on it, so they're digging that and scratching that into the ground. And then I'll cover it in compost and let them work that in, and then I'll move it to the next bit on, and I'll do that. So we've been doing that for a few years, and that works really well for us. But yeah, so it's not more important to me than the chickens and the eggs is the chicken manure, because that's the rocket fuel for my garden. You should do a chicken catching video. Yeah. We'll we'll see. We'll see. So Zerin Love It says I use X-Bats. They're brilliant. They because of the breeds that they use for battery hens. They're really docile. They're really family friendly chickens. So if you want chickens around families and little kids and stuff, they're good. They're good hens for that. I used to have both character wise. The buff Orpingtons are like giant bantams. Um, See, I'd like some Pekings, right? Pekings with the fluffy feet. I think they would look brilliant. I like them. But the only reason that I don't like bantams is not because of the chicken itself. It's because of the size of the egg. Because I want a proper egg. I mean, I've got two little, bantam leghorns. So they're white egg layers. So they're miniature leghorns, and they're brilliant birds. They're really one disappeared a couple of years ago. One disappeared for about a week, and then she turned up on my neighbour's porch roof. So she was just hanging about on my neighbour's porch roof. So, but so they're really independent, really courageous little birds, and I like them. Um, fresh start for hens is doing. Okay, I'll look at Fresh Start because I just found that British Hen Rescue thing, and I didn't know about Fresh Start for hens. I'll have a look at them. Uh, Michael Hayes, good evening. Where has spring gone? It's coming, Michael. It's coming. It's coming. I promise you, it's coming. It it from the forecast, it looks like it's not far off, but it'll be here. I think we've had a fair bit of winter. I think it's on its way. Uh, Borage is also used for a hormone problem called adrenaline insufficiency for blood purification to increase urine flow to prevent inflammation of the lungs as a sedative and promote. I like growing borage. It's absolutely amazing for bees. It's just full. I planted borage about 8 or 9 years ago when we first started gardening. Well, more than well, when we first started gardening. So when we first moved here, what was that? 2012. So I planted borage then, and now I don't have to worry about it. It just pops up all over the place in my garden. If it's in a place that I don't like it, then I'll remove it. But if it's in a place where I don't mind it, I just leave it going. I mean, the flowers are edible. It's one of the only blue flowers that are edible, so it's a really good plant to have. Really good medicinal, like you mentioned. The only thing that I don't like about it is as the plant grows older, the bottom leaves start losing color and becoming, start to disintegrate. It just looks a bit nasty at the bottom. So what I do with them is I'll trim the seed heads off, keep a younger plant there, and I'll take the plant and I'll use it like comfrey. I mean, it's not got as much nutrients as comfrey, but it'll do the job if you concentrate it enough. Light Sussex are nice birds, though too, and tend to lay more eggs than Orpingtons. I've 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 had light Sussex in the past, and I do like them. So Steve was in. You were at the police station for 6 hours. No way, man. Cara, see, you're saying you miss having chickens. I'm saying, just going down from 16 to 6, I'm missing out in my full crew. uh, Among Us Gaming, Ustad, it's Yahya from Cambridge School. Oh, assalamu alaikum. I hope you're doing good, mashallah. You need to ask your teachers whether they'll let me come down again. So he's one of the boys who was doing the composting with me at the school that I went to. So yeah, it'd be good for me to. It'd be good if you guys got me down again now. Spring's starting. Dean's lost the plot. Oh, okay. So he's 78 and I'm 32. Right. It's either he looks really good for his age, or you look really old. Sorry, mate. I had to do it. I had to do it. You've got me. You've got me enough times. It was a dodgy package. What did you want? um, Ashley's allotment. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're keeping well, guys. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit that like for me. Let's get that like count up again. So benefits of light, light, but hide the dirt bear. Let me see. Let's catch up a little bit in the chat. So, exploring nature together. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in, Chris. Hope you're keeping well. I'm not back. I'm not back to YouTube yet, but missed the connection, of course, and your lives. Thought I'd pop in to say hello. Hope you will. We're doing all right. How are you keeping? How's things going with you? I know I'm way back in the chat, so if I am way back in the chat and I'm missing your comments, I do apologise. But that's probably what happens every week. I fall way back in the chat and I never manage to catch up. So I do apologise for that. So yeah, I love chickens. Good compost making, but absolutely, they're brilliant at making compost. I mean, when I had my 16, every sort of 6 to 8 weeks, if I wanted to, I could pull out a big dumpy bag full of compost. Yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. Somebody decided to send me 2 small packages wrapped in tin foil. Oh, that was me. That was me. I sent some seeds wrapped in tin foil. No way. That was me. Because I did. Are you serious? Because there's another Shifa. She was on earlier, and I did hers in the same way. Belinda, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. All right, okay. I think you've just all right. I think I know what's going on now. I know what that was. I know what just happened there. Right, okay. See, I'm way behind in the comments, and I can see the other comments that are coming in through live now there. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh no. So oddball, still trying to get my hotbed sorted. What are you trying to get sorted on it? Have you set it up yet, or what are you struggling with? I'm gonna let me try and catch up. So what's Terry growing this year? Let's catch up a little. Let me get to the. I'm just skipping to the bottom, guys. If I've missed your comments, I really apologise. But I've got to get down to the bottom and catch up with the comments, because that was bad. That was bad. So they got you again, did Chris? Every week there's a new prank that I'm sure that they come up. I'm sure that they get their heads together and think, right, okay, what do we do to get him this week? And yeah. And you know, last year when I sent out seeds, right? I sent out loads of seeds last year, and what I did with them was I made little packets out of paper, and it took me forever. And this year I was sending out some plants to someone, and I was trying to figure out a way to do it, so I wrapped it in tinfoil. And I thought, okay, do you know what? I can just wrap the seeds in tinfoil, and it'll be a lot easier. So, and I can just scrunch it, fold the tinfoil up, and it was a nice, easy job. Oh, April Fool's Day. There's no live coming. There's no live happening on April Fool's Day. Don't worry about that. Otherwise, every Tom, Dick, and Harry will be out trying to prank me. Oh no. Flow C newspaper is what I use. See, the tinfoil worked really easy, but yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm used to people getting me. That's what I find. Yeah, they do it. Oh man. Oh, so so I don't know what to say now. Steve, mate, you don't need to be sorry. It's funny. It's funny as anything. Yeah, and it's a good one as well. It's a good one. So I'm not. Yeah. Oh, but you've thrown me off my plot. I don't know which way I'm going now. Manda walaikum assalam. How are you doing? Hope you're keeping well. How is everyone else? Let's see. Let's try and let me try and recover a little bit. um. So what? Harry, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. So so what are the plans for tomorrow? What are the plans for tomorrow with everyone? Hope at the moment I'm not. The only full day I get in the garden is a Sunday because on a Saturday I teach till 2 o'clock, and then I'm out straight after that, and then yeah, I'm out straight after that up until it gets dark. But so today we managed to get pretty much one bed sorted and some mulching and a video filmed. You're gonna like this video when I put it out. So for the ones who know about the composting controversy that I've had, Dean, you know about the composting controversy about the permaculture group. This is gonna be one that upsets them a little bit, because this is gonna be talking about not more mulching with compost. So you'll see it's gonna be a little bit controversial. So keep an eye out for it. Um, I needed that, Chris. I needed that. I needed that laugh as well. More digging for me. Amanda, love your videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the seeds. Anyway, pal, what a shark fin gourds. See, you wanted bottle gourds, so I sent you some of them. But shark fin gourds are really, really prolific. So they're also called fig leaf gourds, or also called shark fin melons. Um, they're they grow like a big courgette, basically a big round courgette. But don't let them get too big, otherwise they get a little bit stringy inside. So normally I pick them at about the size of a mini football, and just use them like a courgette. They're really good. Um, Muhammad AK, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much for coming in. Hope tomorrow I'm tidying the front garden, then down the plot to fix the greenhouse. Um, did you have some glass smashed? Harry's been helping me. So, Steve, I must have missed who Harry is. Um, nice, you can get out and about, Karen. Tawhida Muhammad, Assalam, been watching you and you inspire me to try something. I have a rooftop terrace. What can I grow? Uh, you can grow a lot. You can grow a lot. Is it windy where you are, or is it or are you going to grow in pots? Because if it's windy, then don't go for anything that's too tall. Rooftops, because it's going to be hot, or it's going to catch some sun and it's going to get some heat from the house. You can grow loads of heat-loving plants. So things like tomatoes will be good on a rooftop. Single stem them and you save your space. Loads of herbs. You can grow loads of herbs. Coriander, loads of spinach. You can grow pretty much anything you want. Just get the setup right. Nitin, assalamu alaikum from the Lungi Gardener. So the Lungi Gardening Challenge will be on this year again. We had a good year last year. So if anyone doesn't know what a lungi is, go and Google it. It's basically like a skirt that's traditional to South Asia. And last year on our Facebook group, so My Family Garden Facebook group, we did a lungi gardening challenge, and then basically everyone was just we had a good few people take part last year, didn't we? Probably about 20 or 30 people took part. Everyone was posting pictures of them with a lungi on. So it was a good little bit of fun. So lungi gardening will be back this year, and it'll be back bigger than ever. So you're gonna have to get involved with that. Tony, sorry I'm late. Been visiting Ian Neal. Who's Ian Neal? How are you keeping, mate? Muhammad Fiyaz, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you keeping? Thank you very much for coming in. So, exploring it. Where are we? It's the first time. Is it time for potato or is it too cold? Excuse me. Are you growing them in the ground or are you growing them in containers? Because if you're growing them in containers, now's a good time to start. Containers that can hold the heat a little bit warmer, better than the soil. It's a good time to plant early potatoes. Any time from now in the next couple of weeks is a good time to plant your earlies. And then just after that, plant your second earlies. And then early towards the end of March, early April, you can plant your main crop. If they're chittered and you mulch them, you're going to be fine with them. Don't worry about it. Any threat of frost, give them a little cover with something. But like I was saying at the start of the live today, that I don't personally, I've never seen a killing frost happen from March onwards. You do get light frost, but not the serious killing frosts that we had at the start of February. Now that was a hard frost. Everything was frozen. Everything was just it wiped out my mustard, and my mustard never gets wiped out. That's how cold it was. -5, I think, or -6 even we got in Leeds, and I can't remember the last time I saw it that cold. And I know it hasn't been that cold in the last 10 years, but I'm glad that we got that cold because we needed it. Because we haven't had it for so long, I think we really needed it. It'll kill some pests. Yeah, it'll kill some pests. It'll kill some rodents and stuff like that. It'll kill them. It'll kill pests in the soil, certain bacteria as well, and certain fungal lives that can be harmful. Because as the soil temperatures are starting to warm up, and they're not getting that really cold stretch, certain diseases are starting to become, overwinter even in the UK. Like we talk about blight being an airborne pathogen. The reason that it's an airborne pathogen, so only for us, is because there is the airborne type, but there's also a soil-borne type, and there's certain blights that overwinter over in the US, where the soil, in some states in the US, where the soil's a bit warmer and stays warmer and doesn't get that freeze in the winter, whereas in the UK it's never done that. And there's a few reported cases where it has started to do that, and I think we needed that real cold, real harsh cold, just to get rid of some of those kind of diseases. But yeah, so I find it hard enough to garden in my jeans. Well, Leslie, I mean, a lungi would be perfect because a lungi is like it's not like it's like a sarong, yeah. So it's a big, loose, baggy piece of cloth, right? For the guys, perfect for airflow. Absolutely brilliant for airflow, especially when it's sunny and when it's hot. Brilliant. This is my first year of planting the garden with good knowledge about gardening. I've recently bought 3 fruit trees: apple, cherry, and plums. And I've planted so many vegetables. That's awesome. I love hearing first time gardeners getting involved and getting in stuck in. It proper gives me a buzz when I hear that. I tried to germinate Karela from seeds from Pakistan using wet tissue covered with kingfilm. 1 week is not enough time for Karela. Bitter melons take longer than that. They can take up to 3 weeks to germinate. Heat is key, so they really need a steady temperature. Radiators don't always do it because the radiator is hot when it's hot, but it's cold when it's not. So there's a little poem for you. but yeah, so that drop in temperature and that rise in temperature won't help them. So unless you've got some kind of propagator or on top of the boiler or on top of the fridge is a good place. Do you know, at the back of the fridge where it gets the cooling thing is, um, that'll help it. That'll help it germinate. I'd love to go grow, but there's so many varieties. Do they taste like courgettes? See, courgettes taste really watery. I think courgettes taste watery, and I think courgettes are a little bit bland. But gourds are they're nuttier, they're fuller in their flesh, and they're a little bit sweeter as well. I think they're much better. See, there's a lot of hybrids with them now, and so they can be. There are a lot of varieties, but if you find one that you like, show me, and I'll tell you if it's all right or what my opinion of it is, if you want. If I'm missing any comments, I do apologize because I'm trying to. How do you spell lungi? Is it not a cultural appropriation? I'm clueless. Karen, yeah, you can spell it like that if you want, or you can spell it without the H. It's a transliteration, so I don't know if there's going to be a correct way. But look, we're inviting you into the challenge with us, right? Yeah, you're fine, man. we're calling you in, so don't. Yeah. So I'm gonna get some goats and hogs this spring. Oh, drop, man! I'd love some goats. Do you know what? I keep playing with the idea of getting some goats, and everything inside me is saying do it. I don't know why I'm not doing it, but I am a bit scared about all the paperwork, and it seems to be a lot more complicated than it needs to be. And that's they're the things that are putting me off. But I do keep wanting to get a goat or two. But I just still hope they're not like chickens. You get one and then you end up with six. Uh, uh, you need to change the family garden to family farm. Where am I? I'm falling behind. So let me catch up a little bit. I managed to get the Crayola germinated in a couple of days in an airing cupboard inside a Tupperware with wet rags. See, that's a proper airing cupboard with an old-fashioned boiler or some kind of any kind of boiler that's going to keep the heat in there. That's a brilliant place to do it. It really is a good place to grow it. See, courgettes are bland in my opinion. I think they are a little bit bland. I mean, I do like courgettes, but I do think they are a little bit bland. It's what you put into them that makes it. A radiator quadras. Oh no! Oh no! Tromboncino squash as a courgette type veg is nice, firmer and drier. See, Tromboncino is one that I want to grow actually. Let me see. Did I order some seeds this year? I've ordered loads of squash seeds this year. So I'm looking forward to growing a few more. I've ordered one called Honey Boat. So it's like a marrow, but it's orange and orangey colour. Yeah. So let's see what that's like. So I grew some marrows last year, left some big ones stored, and they're turning orange. Might use them as pumpkins this year. If they're turning orange, then you probably can use those seeds to plant again. So I've germinated my seeds in trays on top of a heated clothes rack. Dries the washers and starts seeds. The clothes rack is a good one for that, isn't it? So you need a secretary. Yeah, to filter out your comments. Where am I? I've lost where I am. Anyway, I love goat meat. Used to go to a lot of Somalian weddings in Atlanta, Georgia, and they used to serve goat meat. See, I don't mind goat meat either. A curried goat, yeah, it's nice. My wife don't like it though, and I think I might get into trouble if I start if I start skinning a goat in the garden. I could end up in some serious trouble if I did that. We're drop we're a lot um more coy about those sorts of things over here than you guys are over there. Men who stare at goats is what is that? What is that? What is that? Men who I'm sure I've heard that before. It's not something rude, is it? uh, so so the trombochinos climb. Uh, yeah, most goats. Uh, most goats grow up. Most goats grow upwards. It's a good way of growing them. Could fruit trees die in heavy clay? Depends on how heavy clay. I mean, my clay was yellow when I planted mine. The thing about it's all in the planting. Don't add compost to the planting hole. If you've got really heavy clay, don't add compost to the planting hole because what will happen is the roots will just stay in that area and they'll just they'll just wind themselves around in that area and they won't go out searching for food. The thing and don't use round holes. Use a hole but never have smooth edges. So when you plant them, the roots are encouraged to break through the walls because when you dig it with a shovel, it leaves a nice clean cut. So it ends up just if you're in heavy clay, it just ends up like a big clay plant pot. So the roots just go round and round and round, and they never properly get established. So the best thing to do is just make that square hole. Any kind of non-round hole is better, and then just don't add anything to the soil, and just mulch it with lots and lots of compost and let it work its way down. I've got tromboncino that's stored over 2 winters. I'm not sure I would eat it now though. Bush's Garden, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. Guys, if anyone hasn't hit that like for me, please hit that like. I've just got 200 grams of both cress and mustard seeds. So that Men Who Stare at Goats it's a film, and Chris is telling me please don't video that. Don't video what? I miss that. So Joanne's saying a courgette pickled youngish, sliced, marinated in olive oil, garlic, fresh chilies, herbs, and then chucked in a barbecue in the oven is not bland. See, that's what I mean. Do you know when you put everything when you cook it properly? Yeah, it's nice. Do you know what we do with that? We put a bit of curry powder on, similar to that, and just fry it on. Grill it on a tawa. Um, tawa is like what is a tawa? Have you ever seen the really thick? It's like a big frying pan. It's really thick, normally cast iron, used to make chapatis on. And we just fry it on there with no oil, nothing, and just let it sort of grill it. It's like a griddle pan, that type of thing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So what's happened to? So I'm trying to germinate naga seeds for the first time. 3 failed attempts so far. Any secrets? Have you seen my chili planting video? Watch that. The key to germinating chilies is heat. If they're not warm enough, they're not going to germinate, or they'll take a long time to germinate. So if they're not germinating, probably just watch check the soil temperature. You need soil temperature of around 20 degrees minimum. But they are notoriously slow for germinating. I'll probably get Nigerian dwarf goats. Do you know what? Do you know the goats with the big floppy ears? I think the Nubians. they're the ones that I want. Do you know the ones that are really big? I looked at pygmy goats, but they're just too small, man. They're just I don't like the. Do you know, like it's the I'm the same with dogs, right? I don't like small dogs, right? I like big dogs, so Rottweilers, Alsatians, those kind of dogs. And same with most animals. Like I want something big and stocky. uh, I lost all my citrus. I lost all my citrus to the Texas snow. I have to rebuy very. Oh, that's a shame. Was that the first time you got snow in a while? So men who stare at fruits is a take on men who stare at goats. Isn't men who stare at fruits? Is that an actual thing, or is that? So add vermiculite and large wood chip to overly clay soils. Um, See, I don't use vermiculite at all. I don't like simply because it's just it's mind it's mind stuff that's coming from miles and miles away. You don't need it. You can achieve the same results with things that are local. So you can achieve the same thing with sand. So I don't use vermiculite at all. But wood chips, yeah, I love wood chips. Pretty much all my gardening's based on wood chips. Um, where am I? So isn't there something about you're not allowed to keep a lone goat? I heard. So, yeah, the herding animals. The herding animals. So they do want the minimum you want is a pair. Uh, uh, you can, where am I? So we'll do so love curried goat. Yeah, I like. Do you know when you get me talking about food, and you get me off on a different tangent, and I get a little bit overly excited there, because I do. As you can probably tell, I do like my food. So I grew around 8 marrow plants, took over my yard. There's a marrow that I'm going. I mentioned it earlier called honeyboat, and that's one that I'm looking forward to this year. Let's see what that turns out as. So Steve got 50 subscribers this week. Steve, nice one, mate. Congratulations. So Steve's another relative. He's not well. He's a young YouTuber. He's only been on YouTube for a couple of months. So if you don't know him, do go and say hello. Um, I'm attempting to grow jicama this year, also known as Mexican potato. I've not heard of them, but all potatoes are South American. But I've not heard of that one. I'm gonna have to Google that one. So there's two for me to Google today: yuzu and jicama. Nubian goats have really rich milk. Um, I think they look awesome as well. And I like. Do you know those big floppy ears as well? Those big floppy ears makes them look a little bit dopey, and because they look a little bit dopey, they look extra cute. um, yeah, it certainly was, and I got his secret for you. Tony, who are you talking about? What do I not know? Uh, so don't do goat skinning video. I would never do that on YouTube. I think I'll get another community strike for that. My lemon is looking a bit grumpy, but in a spare room has lemons though. Okay. What kind of lemons are you growing? Are you growing the yellow lemons? Get an Oliver Twist, a German Shepherd, Akita. Do you know? I want a big dog. I do want a dog. my son is really pestering me to get a dog. And if we got a dog, it'd probably keep the foxes and stuff out of the garden as well. But yeah, I don't know if I could handle the extra work, you know, because a dog's it's gonna need walking, it's gonna need feeding, it's gonna need cleaning, and my wife said to my son, you know, if you got a dog, and it's gonna poo a lot, who's gonna clean all that poo? And he just turned around casually as anything and says, "Oh, that's what my dad's gonna do." You know, it's gonna be his dog, and he wants me to clean it. So yeah, um, that's the where am I? I'm losing it in the chat. So if I'm missing people's comments, I do apologise. I'm gonna skip to the end a little bit and see if I can. So if I've skipped to the end because I'm getting a bit confused with the chat. So I do apologise for that. If I've missed your comment, post it again and I'll read it out. So my boy will be £120 this Monty. How many pound? What's that in stone? Ian Neal is a giant veg grower who won 9 world records, and I've been speaking to him for years. He's getting on now, and passing on his secrets to me and one other person. Okay, that must have been exciting then. So you're going to share your secrets with us? I left old 3 succession plantings in the ground during the winter. I pulled huge crisp carrots out of the oldest bed of carrots yesterday. We pulled our last set of carrots a few weeks ago. Yeah, I plan to see how this can be used in normal growing. That's the way it works with kids and pets. See, that's exactly the way it works with kids and pets. And I don't know if I can handle the extra work at the moment. How can I protect cabbages from slugs? Nematodes. Nematodes are good. What else? Put out little traps for slugs. If you've got some chickens or something that can disturb the ground and break pest cycles, that'll help. Encourage wildlife into the garden, so frogs and toads and these kind of things, they'll really help. No. Anything serious?
No.
Okay.
Maggie was asking.
Okay. So I like big animals apart from chicken. No, I like big chickens. I like the big chickens. I like Orpingtons. I do like bantams, but I do like the bigger chickens better, I think. Yeah. What's there's a chicken called Brahma. There's a Brahma type chicken, right? Google Brahma chickens if you've never heard of them. Oh man, they're massive. They're about 3 foot tall. They're absolutely huge. They're about 2.5, 3 foot tall. They're absolutely massive. Yeah, do Google them. They're if you haven't heard of Brahma chickens, you're missing out. They're absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'd love one of them. Little Zachy could ride round on it. So I have carrot seeds of several varieties. I'm not sure when to sow them. If you get a dog, get a rescue. I have a beautiful black Labrador. He's got floppy ears and daft. See, I like floppy ears on a dog. Anything that makes them look a bit daft, that'll work. I like if I can do it alone. So the thing is, on my own it wouldn't be bad, you know, if there wasn't anyone else. But it's the kids and the dog and the chickens and everything else. So I don't know. It just seems like a lot of work. Slugs, not kids or dogs. I don't know what that comment's about, Cara. I must have missed the start of that. I have 3 beds of carrots in the ground. I pick them all year long. Oh, drop, that's nice, you know. See, when I grow carrots in the ground, we get a lot of carrot whitefly, carrot root fly. and I don't use a lot of netting and stuff like that. So I only grow carrots in my wheelbarrow in a few tubs. So when they're gone, they're gone, and then I plant them again. But yeah, I'd like to be able to do that.
And chickpeas.
Okay, because they overwinter really well in the ground as well. Sajmir wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I'm not growing anything this year. I've not built my greenhouse, and last year's weather put me off the planting. Uh, Grow something else. Grow something else that doesn't need that real heat. Grow courgettes, grow marrows. You're gonna, if you grow courgettes, right? I tell you now, you can grow wait till mid-April, plant your courgette seeds. By the end of May, by mid-June, you'll have courgettes, and you'll be picking courgettes. They're really fast growing, and they'll give you that buzz back to grow again. Marrows are exactly the same. You can grow them without the need of a greenhouse. You'll enjoy it just as much. Okay, it's not a bangladesh and it's not those kind of veg, but do it, man. Don't give up completely, really. Terry, you have a good night, and I'll see you again next week. Yeah, Cara Brahmas are amazing, aren't they? They're absolutely amazing. I do want, that's I want all of them. I want everything. Do you know, if I could fit a cow in the back garden, I'd want a cow in the back garden. CW, when did you pop in, man? I've not. Sorry if I'm just saying hello to you now, but yeah, thanks for coming in. A fella on my plot has French meat chickens. He showed me 14-pound cockerel. You're allowed to do chickens in the garden. Do you know you're allowed to sort your own chickens out? Because I rang up. Do you know where to get? Does anyone know where to get day old chicks from at a good price? Because I rang up somewhere last week. I just got excited a bit, and I rang someone up, and they're like a hatchery somewhere in Shropshire, and they quoted me 130 quid for 50 day old chicks, so 40 meat birds and 10 layers. But 130 quid I thought was a bit dear, because by the time you get the meat birds up to uh, dinner time, up to plate size, you've spent yeah. By the time you get it up to you spent probably £10 on feed, because the litre pounds worth of feed a week without any issue, and £10 a chicken's pretty expensive. I know it's going to be good meat, but I think it's a bit expensive. Um, but what do you think about what I told you about the goat? It will reproduce fastly and end up with lots of them. If you get a pair, goats can have two babies at the same time. Not a problem. Um, but yeah, you'll get a little flock of goats growing. That'll be all right. Um, I'll be getting lavender bantams when our coop is built. Lavender bantams. I'll have a Google of them after this and have a look what's going on there. Um, so probably I've got an old shallow stone sink, 3 inch. What could I grow in it? Great videos. Jane, it's 3 inch deep. What I'd use it for herbs. I think it'd be perfect for herbs. Grow some lavender in it. Grow some rosemary, some thyme. All of that likes that dry, poor soil. So stick them all in there. It'll have good drainage because of the sinkhole, um, or a plug hole. But yeah, I'd grow some herbs in it. Um, so I'm gonna hatch my own chicks from birds. I've mentioned it before, Drop. I'm not allowed to have a rooster on site in our garden because I got threatened with an asbo. So I think I'd be the only guy in the world who got a asbo for having a rooster. But yeah, the council threatened me with an asbo, so I didn't. So I had to sort my rooster out. Uh, uh, So what's going on? I've never attempted to grow ginger before, but it's on the cards if I look into it. I love to try new things. You see, I've done loads of videos on growing ginger and how to get ginger germinated and all the way to harvest. Check them out. There's loads of good information there. They'll really help if you haven't seen them already. It's awful, but in the spring school want to get rid of them as they've hatched the chicks in a fun experiment, but don't want the chicks. Do you know what? We did that a few years ago. So we 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 got some from when my daughter was in nursery. We rehomed the chickens, um, and four I think were roosters, and yeah, I ate them. I'm a bad man, I know, but I ate the chicken, I ate the roosters, but we've still got one of the hens. One of the hens got a prolapsed egg and died, but we've still got one of the hens. Where am I? Joanne, ta for now. Got to rinse and dye out. You take care, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks very much for coming in. Uh, Appreciate the time. Bye. I'm Kashmiri. We have lots of goats, but they belong to my uncle. So that's why I'm gonna get my own female. See, my kids spent about 2 months in Bangladesh a couple of years ago. So I took them over and I left them. I left my wife and the kids out there. And the first thing I did for them was I bought them a goat. I bought them a little pygmy goat, and I said, right, you guys play. You know, there's your little pet for a bit. Um, and my mother-in-law still, you know, she's really fond of this goat because when she sees this, they wanted to get rid of it, but she couldn't bring herself to get rid of it because it just reminds her so much of the kids when the kids were there. So she's looking after this goat. She's feeding it. She's watering it. You know, she's looking after the goat like a little kid. So it's absolutely it's awesome. And they're funny as anything. You know, they're funny as anything as well. Goats. Just want to just watch my channel. I'll tell you about Yuzu and the lavs when they arrive. What are lavs? I'll have a look at this yuzu thing, Karen. What's a lav? Oh, the lavender chicken. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm catching up. Bug Life Farm. Sorry if I didn't say hello to you earlier. I am sorry about that. But I fall behind in my comments and I get confused and I get muddled up very easily. Um, I'll have a look at the video after you stream regarding the ginger. I'm sure I've seen some in the local shop. Yeah, so I grow ginger from just I grow ginger from just normal supermarket ginger. If you can go down to a grocery shop rather than a supermarket, they have ginger in big they have ginger in big boxes. You just go in and find a piece that looks like it's gonna germinate. So just go and grab some from there, and yeah, get yourself growing. Bug Life, definitely gonna check out your ginger. Very interesting. Yeah, yeah. So I just go down to the local grocery shop, and just pick out some really nice bits of ginger. Same with turmeric, and get it back. Sarah was listening, but I had to send an important email. Not a problem at all. So have you got the night off, Tony? Tony, when am I getting some time from you, man? Because I need a guest interview again soon, and there's one that I really want to do. So I want to make this happen, man. Um, do seed sown strawberries fruit on the first year? Um, I've never grown a seed sown strawberry, and I don't think I wouldn't, because strawberry. You know, if you get runners, or you can get runners, loads of people will give you runners away for free. If you find another gardener who grows strawberry, you can pretty much get runners for free. I started off 8 years ago with about 8, 9. I can't remember exactly how many years ago, but with about 8 strawberry plants, and then now I've in my spring gardening jobs video, you'll see that my strawberry bed now I've got hundreds of plants. Um, they're really prolific, and yeah, we've always got fresh young strawberry plants and they go, and then the old ones are getting composted. But yeah, get some young plants, get some young plug plants. Uh, so if I could have a pet pig, yeah. Um, so yeah. So hang on, what did I miss? If I missed you, I'll do apologise. Belinda Blunderbus. Sorry I'm late. Been pruning all day, so I really ache. What have you been pruning? Have you been chopping down your tree again? Nobody. What are some great shade plants? What type of plants are you looking for? You looking for edible plants, or you looking for ornamentals? Because if you're looking for edibles, anything with a lot, leafy type of vegetable, they always do well in partial shade, but not much is going to grow in full shade. Wood sorrel might do it, but you can only eat so much of wood sorrel. Right, guys, it's been on live for just over an hour and 15 minutes, and I can hear the guys marching up the stairs, getting ready for bed. So I think we're going to have to call it a night. Come on, come and say. You want to come and say hello to bye to everyone?
I'm Flash.
You're Flash.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So they're all coming.
Bye. Where's the leaf? Bye-bye. It's Frank here. It's Frank here. Hi.
Right. No. Right. No. I told you.
Bish here.
No, Bish isn't here today.
It's Drop here.
Drops here. Yeah, Drops here.
Hi, Drop.
Tony's here as well.
Calm
Hi,
down.
Drop. Hi.
James here and Leslie's here.
Hi, Leslie.
Calm down.
Hi, Drop. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Plot. Hi, Drop. Hi, Leslie.
No.
Bye. I'm pressing the leave button.
Tony. Right.
I am pressing the leave
On this
button.
moment of madness, I'm going to say bye to everyone.
I don't like this video.